Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're going to look at the SPY, Netflix, Facebook, Google, and Apple. And here at StockBookie we do technical analysis, look at the charts, and the charts tell us what to trade. So let's get back into the 10-minute SPY, SPY, gap up, little sideways action pretty much all day. Volume was light. Towards the end of the day we popped up a little bit, and then again they just held it up. Maybe a little short cover in here because a lot of people are trying to play that fade. Remember that? Every day, fade, 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 fade. That was all grease. This is all grease in here. Grease is fixed, and look, we're up here again. So I guess grease did their thing. We stayed up here, 70 on the Dow, 64 on the NASDAQ, and almost 17 on the S&P on the day. Positive. So let's go into the daily SPY. We're chopping around in here. Pattern break broke out. We're up into this area. Now we're coming into some more resistance. Told everybody you could start nibbling on this trade right around here if you're not short the S&P 500. You want to do a 5% position? If you did, this keeps going. Maybe do another 5. If it gets above the all-time high and confirms, you're out. Simple. No stress. Sleep at night and move on to the next one. But if it goes down, we're still looking. Fill this gap. A little support down in here. Then ultimately right into this area, right around 190. But we'll see. Again, we're not doing anything. The chart's not telling us other than we're into this area, and you could go short. But we've been short since here, so it doesn't matter for me. But if you want to go short, and if it keeps going, respect it, stop out. Small stop at your 212. Highs at 213.78. $2 stop. Maybe a 4 at the worst. So position yourself in the correct size amount. We go 10% positions of our total portfolio, and that's how we would trade this. Let's go to the Netflix chart. Netflix had great earnings, even though China was down, I don't know, some whatever percentage. Last time I think China was up and they all cheered. China was down and it was still like, oh, no big deal. It was better than expected, like normal. Here we are again at all-time highs. Now, the daily chart's really not showing us anything, but we had resistance at 110, and I said that yesterday on the video, and you know what? Here, look at the 10-minute. We took the trade at 110.25, which was right in there. So we were out of the money a little bit. I did not post this trade because these are tough trades, and I cannot type and trade this thing. No way, not on a gap play. So we went short at 110. I think it was like 25 or 27, right in that area. Pierce a 110. Kept going. The high of the day at that point was 111, a little bit of 111.02 or 111.05, and I figured if it goes a buck, I'm out. I had 500 shares, nothing big. Comes back in, and we just took the money and ran on this one. It pulled off to even number of 108. We sold at 107.95 and we were done. So almost $2 on it. Well, 230 on the trade or whatever. We try to look for $2 or so, and we were out. Even number. So that was it. Caught a bid and never looked back. So now let's go back to the monthly chart. This is just unbelievable. If you want to go short Netflix, do it right here. Go a small position. 5% position of your total portfolio, and stop out maybe 125 or so in that area. 123 I think we have a level, but if it gets up to that 125 area, then you exit. You could play this one on a monthly chart frame. Here's your high point. By the end of the month, we're going to watch where this thing closes, and then on the next month, if it closes above that high, we'll stop out. But this one's interesting. You know, I'm not personally doing anything with this. If it gets to 125, then I might short. But I'm going to look at this equity a little bit closer and see what we could do on this one. Again, stretched. It's got to come back to the 20. The 20 will rise as this thing goes up. So it might come into 80, 88. But if you short it here, you know, you can expect a little bit more. But if it keeps continuing to rise, then the 20 MA is going to rise with it. Let's look at Facebook. We stopped out of Facebook today. I told everybody in yesterday's video, if this thing closes above this, I'm out. Closed today above it, and I was out. That was it. So I'm going to have to respect this one, and hopefully earnings is coming up. That's another reason I do not want to be in this one on earnings. With the 50-50 shot, there's just no way I'm going to take that chance. You want to gamble, you go to a casino, you get free drinks, they might even feed you, and you move on, you come back, and you day trade. That's what we do here at Stockbookie. Then let's look at Google. They went off today. And another one, oh my gosh, they had such great earnings. Oh my gosh, it's the best thing in the world. Look how stretched it is. This is the daily chart though, people. Look at this. And then tomorrow it's going to open up. This thing, oh my gosh, hold on. Let's see. 614 I had in there. What is that? Is that all-time high or something? Yeah, there you go. So 614 was the all-time high. Now, let's see here. After hours, we're up into like yeah, right in this area. It's insane. I'm going to draw that in there. Right around, we're at 673, right there. Man. So let's stretch on the daily. It's got to come back. I mean, if you go back on these charts, that has to be the furthest it's ever been. So I guarantee you this thing will be coming down. It's just a matter of when. Let's look at it on monthly. Monthly is not stretched. This isn't bad. You have good, good even spacing down in this area, but now see how we're widening. The spacing's getting a little wider, widening out. Got to keep an eye on that. We're way up here, but let's see. We're going to have to play this one. If you want to go short on this, you can. But you might have to play it on a weekly time frame, or once it gets that high, puts in that high, then we can know where our stop out is. So let's see what this one's doing tomorrow, and we'll play it from there. Still earnings. Usually wait a couple days for it to shake up or down, and then we'll reevaluate and take a look at this. Same thing with Netflix, Facebook. You got to watch out for earnings. So if you're in swing trades, you got to be careful. And let's look at the Apple. Got a lot of emails today on this one about my call going to 110 or 105. You know, I'm just looking at the charts. You got support here. You got some support in this area too. Why do you think it bounced there? Look at that. Come on. This is the weekly. Look at that. Good support. Boom. Let's go to the daily. Again, just like the SPY, I've been saying, if it starts getting up into this area, you could think about a short. Smaller position, stop out, all-time high with confirmation, and done. You got these pivots, you got these pivots, you got the Fibonacci level here, you have a trend line there. I think it did gap up after hours, so we're at 129.15, which is right at this pivot actually. Interesting. So let's see if we get up into here. If we can, even better. But if we do get up into there, we'll confirm above the 50 MA, and I've always talked about that. If we get above that and confirm, I still say this thing can move up. We'll have to take a look at earnings and see when that is, and this is one we'll probably just stay away from. You know, if you're in the trade now, just use that as a stop out. If it gets up into that area, into earnings, you need to get out, because earnings is a 50-50 shot. If you're a gambler, play it. I'm not playing this personally. If you're short in this thing, use that as a stop out and done. Into earnings, I'm not going to play it if I were playing it. But again, I think we could go down. You got these gaps we can fill. 105. You got this gap window here, or gap fill. You got the window. You got this gap fill in here too as well. So, you know, risk reward, I think we got a little more downside. And let's go back to the daily SPY. That's it for now. And then Zebra, you know what? Let's go into Zebra. I talked about this one yesterday, and you know what? At the end of the day, I stopped out. Done. I don't know what the price. I posted it on Twitter a little bit ago, but that was something where it's like, you know what? It's above that. I think earnings is going to be coming up and stuff. I made money on the first half, and I'm done. So I want to free up some more capital. So if these other ones are starting to move up, like your Netflix, your Google, Zebra was just more or less, wow, this thing's the same thing. Here, check it out. Stretch. Look at that. Way too far. And actually, I could have stayed in it. You know what? If this thing moves up to this topping tail here, well, sort of a topping tail, I'm going to re-enter the trade and go short. If it stops out above it, then I'm out again. That was what I wanted to do, where I took the trade. I had a break even in there, and once the thing closed, I was out, or knew it was going to close in that area. I don't even know where I closed it out, to be honest with you. Anyways, that's it for today. We looked at a couple different equities. Again, If you want to take the SPY short, you can do it. Use the all-time high as a stop out, and go from there. We're above this area though. We confirmed above the 50 MA, so it could go higher. I'm personally waiting for pattern. If we go one more time in up here, I'll take it a double top. That at this point, that's where I'm going to do it. If you're in down here, hold tight. Use that as a stop out with confirmation, and you're done. So easy trade. Still have some resistance. If it gets above, you respect Apple. Period. Again, at StockBookie, we're a bull or a bear. We don't care. We just want to be on the right side of the trade. Thanks everybody for watching this video. Hopefully it helped some of you guys. A little bit of technical analysis from stockbookie.com. Thanks for watching. God bless. See you on the charts.